Billy boy? Nearly there. Wasn't about all we hear of the boys on the Venus probe. We can kid Kate that they're little green men from... You all right? Yes, sure. Dear Kate, even if she is in a dotage, I doubt if she'd... You sure you're not in trouble? Out of breath, madam. I can't seem to... Is your oxygen supply okay? Should be. I checked the pressure. The atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1.05465. Hang on, Bill. I'm on my way. Square centimeter. The pressure of given mass at a constant temperature is inversely...
On overload, sir.
But surely there's a cutout to prevent just that.
There's an override too, sir. Cuts out the cutout, you might say.
What, like screwing down a safety valve?
Yes, sir.
You, Professor Wayman?
I'm afraid so.
Why?
I wanted to observe some novae of minimal magnitude at 3,000 light-years distance. Obviously, the signals were bound to be extremely weak, so I operated the override to make sure the computer would receive the best echoes possible.
And then you switched back?
Region H2. Omega, to be exact.
Forgetting the cutout.
Well, I must have. I thought I'd engaged it. Obviously, I hadn't.
Can you repair it?
It'll take time, sir. The quantum amplifier's shot. It'll be quicker to order one up on the next shuttle.
I shall need a written report, Kate.
Don't take it to heart, Professor.
I know how much that piece of equipment means up here.
That's it, Billy boy. You're okay now. Dirty. Sorry, Squire, she's not here. It's just your old chum, Adam. Come on. Deep breaths. What happened? Oh, thank God for that. For a moment there, you had me worried. You ran out of oxygen. No, I couldn't. I checked. Now, look, don't try to talk. Just keep breathing.
A mistake like that, it's not Kate.
In the past month, too many little things are going wrong.
Bound to be some accidents, that's inevitable, but we must try to minimize them.
Of course. There's an obvious remedy.
Which is?
Tighten up the discipline, enforce the regulations, impose more penalties.
You can't treat scientists of this caliber like a bunch of school children.
That is exactly how you must behave towards them.
No. You treat them like adults, they'll respond like adults. But you're right about one thing. These accidents must stop.
Okay? Yes, I'm fine. Oh, take it easy. I'll be all right now. Which way? Just follow the yellow brick road. What is it? Both cylinders full. I remember distinctly. You must have misread the gauge. No. I don't see how I could have. Listen, Adam. Look, I should save your breath. It's quite a walk back to the buggy. Yeah.
You're lucky to be alive.
I know, sir. If Adam hadn't been there,
What I want to know is, how did it happen? You're supposed to be an experienced lunar scientist. What about your oxygen supply check?
As far as I remember, I checked the liquid oxygen levels before I suited up. And the feeder valves checked out nominal on the monitor console.
As far as you remember. So you could have forgotten to check.
You know how it is. After a while, the whole routine gets to be automatic. You do it without thinking.
But you better think in future. This is not something you can be vague about. It literally is a matter of life and death.
Well, perhaps it's because I've got other things on my mind.
Like what?
Earth, life back home.
We all get homesick.
It's not that, sir. I want to get out.
Of the entire space program?
As far as being on the moon's concerned.
But it's part of your contract to serve up here.
All right, let's call it quits.
Well, it's a bit drastic, isn't it?
I don't rate it much of a life anymore.
Now, wait a minute, Bill.
Look, if you're punching up my history, there's no need, I'll tell you. Honours degree in astrophysics in '96, University of Southampton.
Do you know what else your readout says?
Vaguely.
Specifically. Knight applies such originality of thought to any given problem that one comes to the conclusion he must be considered among future leading authorities in his field.
It's gone sour.
Have you talked to Dr. Smith?
Nothing to say. Other than, please, doctor, I want to go home. It can't be much fun for Dodie up there.
You worried about your wife?
Yes. Though isn't every man here worried about his wife?
May I ask you a personal question?
I don't guarantee you'll get an answer.
Are you suggesting that your wife is being unfaithful to you?
If not already, she damn soon will be.
Well, what evidence?
It stands to reason. I've been too smug. The dedicated little scientist working for the good of mankind and all that. Well, the hell with it. I'd sooner chuck all this than lose my wife or make another mistake, maybe a fatal one.
Talk to Dr. Smith.
I've heard all the words I need, believe me. Adam brought me up short.
Adam?
What did you say to Bill Knight?
Next time, double check your oxygen supply.
Not about that. His wife.
She's a dish.
That's what you said.
When I saw the photograph. Have you seen her?
Did you say anything else?
Well, I do seem to recall something about his being out of his tiny mind, messing about with microwaves up here, yes.
It'll take time to find a replacement for Knight.
Preferable to him dead or looking for another wife, isn't it?
What makes you so sure the marriage is in danger?
Oh, I think you and I better change places. How long has Bill been here?
18 months with 3 one-month leave periods.
And how long has the lad been married?
About 2 years.
23 months, 15 of which have been spent apart.
Human beings adjust.
Or make alternative arrangements.
So, Bill goes then, leaving you and Professor Wayman with your radio astronomy project, Cora. Can you cope?
Till they find a replacement. Kate's a bright lady, unflappable.
And dedicated.
Oh, aren't we all?
How's your idiopathic...
Idiopathic, paroxysmal, atrial fibrillation, oh, ever with me.
It has been known to go away of its own accord.
Let me tell you something, my love. My heart is perfectly sound. It always has been. From time to time, it has an irregular beat. Slows down, speeds up. Whose doesn't?
But yours for no apparent reason.
Didn't stop me from becoming an astronaut. Earth orbital, moon-based. Doesn't affect my performance. The only way I know that the damn thing is around is by taking my pulse. So why did it abort my chance of going on the Venus probe?
It's a somewhat longer trip than coming up here.
Isn't it feasible that in a 5-man crew anyone's heart could go?
But the computer said odds on it would be yours.
Lay my hands on that computer, I'd scramble its output.
You don't resent being dropped from the team.
Well, naturally, I was angry and disappointed. You train like mad for a special mission only to be chucked out at the final moment. And the quacks did know about this all the time.
I think it was unfair.
Well, that's the way the orbit goes, from apogee to perigee.
And back to apogee again.
Did you find out what Adam said to Bill Knight?
It was a typically male remark about Doty's desirability. Bill took it to heart. How long to mend the radio telescope?
Well, it needs a new quantum amplifier. Why?
If there were to be a delay, it'd be an idea to send Bill home for a few days.
I'll look into it this afternoon.
There is a tug tonight.
Yes?
Communication Center, sir. Director General on Channel 73, on Scrambler.
Thank you.
I'll go.
No, wait.
Well, Scrambler's been confidential.
Stay.
Good morning, David.
Well, good morning, sir.
Are you alone?
Dr. Smith with me.
Ah, good. How are you, Helen?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Glad you're there. This also concerns you.
Something wrong?
The estimates for the next 3 years' programs have been referred back.
What, again?
Blame the Venus probe, 3 times the estimated cost. Oh, Senior Lecquier had a field day in the council.
He would.
If that spacecraft could have been brought back, he'd have done it.
But that money's been spent. It's on its way. The economies take place elsewhere, like here.
Every single euro dollar must be value for money.
Every single euro dollar is.
If I'm to outwit Lecquier and company, you've got to prove that. How are the current projects going?
Well, there's Cora, Blaney's astrophysics project, and Conway's doing very well on his study of foamed metal. Svenson's halfway through his observation program on the Crab Nebula.
What about that fellow Partness and his new fuel?
Oh, promising. Very promising. But I'm afraid he's going to need a more efficient extraction plant.
So the only money-making project you've got is asking for more money. Now look here, David, I need results and they better be good. Helen, how's morale?
Very good.
It'll stand up to a period of intense activity?
Yes?
Good. Now then, David, I'm about to push you. All current projects must be completed according to schedule, if not ahead of it, and must be brought in under budget.
Under budget?
Well, the more we keep in the kitty, the better. Sorry about this, David, but I know you appreciate the situation. Keep me informed, won't you? Goodbye.
If we're to stay in the space business, let's do it properly or not at all. Results, what with? A few cosmic rays, satellite weather station, a couple of subsurface excavations. It's the Russians and the Americans who put on the spectaculars up here because they've got viable appropriations, not staggering around from day to day, hand to mouth. Anyway, thanks for the backup. Morale, very good.
So it is, basically.